Welcome to science class. My name is Mr. Sportel. This is another stay-at-home edition of physics. Now, I am taking full advantage of not being in school, and I am wearing a hood and a hat because you can. So, wear a hat because someday we're going to go back to school, and then you won't be able to wear them anymore. Let's get started. Here's 8.3. Let's talk about velocity. There's some notes today, some things to think through, talk through. So, I am just going to make sure that we're all clear on what's ahead in this document. Launch. Here's a video to watch. It's a great little video. It's like made for children, but it'll be perfect for us and what we need. We want to figure out what's the difference between speed and velocity. I've got speed, that is, write it down there. I've got velocity, that's my, write that down there. Okay, so go ahead, take a moment, watch the video, type in your answers. Your moment is done. Next, we're going to think about, okay, using what we know about strobe photos, we're going to go ahead and draw here. Here's the key part, calculations. There's a formula for you. Velocity equals distance over time. Okay? V equals d over t. Think about every speed we know, like miles per hour. So that's a distance over time. Kilometers per hour, inches per second, meters per second. That's the one we're going to use most often. Meters, distance, over time. Okay? That's our formula. So let's say you hop in your car, you travel 10 miles east, that's our distance, in 1 hour. So what's your velocity? 10 miles over 1 hour. 10 miles per hour. But it's velocity. So we know we have to add the direction. East. 10 miles per hour east. Number 3 is a little bit more difficult because it's asking you in miles per hour, but it gives you minutes. So the question is, how do you transfer minutes into hours? Think about it this way. This, 29 minutes, it's almost half an hour. So if you did 29 divided by 60, well, that's going to give you how many hours it is. And your answer should be very close to 1/2 or 0.5. Then you figure out distance divided by time, gives you miles per hour. Okay? Then the graphs. Oh, it just gets more and more fun. Here we go. Velocity implies speed and direction. How fast you move is your speed and your motion, yada, yada, yada. The plus or minus indicates the direction. That's the difference between speed and velocity, if you didn't catch it from above. Speed, that's how fast you're moving. Velocity, that's my speed and direction. If you move away from the detector, you have a positive velocity. If you move toward, you have a negative velocity. Okay? Positive if you're moving toward, if you move negative. Away, positive. Toward, negative. Away, positive. Toward, negative. Faster you move, the farther away from the origin you'll be. I'll show you a second. This is a velocity graph. Looks a little different. Position time went to 0, and you can't go negative position. It just doesn't make sense. You can go in negative velocity. So now your graph looks like this. It's a negatives right here. Here's 0 velocity, and then faster moving away. Remember, this is faster moving towards, slower moving towards, slower moving away, and faster moving away. Okay? You got to try and figure out, well, what's the velocity here? I'll give you a hint. Divide the distance divided by the time. And you can figure out what the velocity should be for this line. It's asking you to go ahead, draw on this beautiful graph what you think the velocity graph of this graph would be. You scroll down and it says, hey, here's some written description for walking away, standing still, and then walking toward. What would that graph look like on this velocity graph? And then, last but not least, carefully study the velocity graph right here and draw the position time graph. Ooh. This is what you need to turn in when you are done. Turn a screenshot of the position time graph right above this sentence. Reminder, this is what you turn in on Moodle. And then a quick question at the bottom. But this is what I'm checking. I will put out another video with the answers, except for the answer for this one. So go ahead and check your answers as you go. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. But otherwise, remember, this is the question that I would like you to answer and upload onto Moodle for this lesson. Have a great and wonderful day.